everyone, Yup here with another episode of the podcast, followed by Yoppie News, of course. And you know what? Honestly, I'm not going to waste your time today, guys. I'm really not. We're not like the pod tower over here. We're not going to subject you to a couple of ad breaks, and we're not going to drone on and on about joining our Patreon. No. Not going to talk your head off. I know you're all here for Yoppie News. I love that. I respect that. And we will hop into that in just a moment. I wanted to give you the down low real quick on the things that people do tune in to hear, and that is details on the war, details on my life, and of course, all things DCAU. Gotta say, guys, this has been one of the busiest months of my life. It just keeps getting busier and busier ever since I got a hold of these funds. It really has just been like a real shot in the arm, it's really gotten us here at the Yop Tower, fired up, we're firing on all cylinders, really. I've been drawing out plans for what is going to be happening in the later stages of the war. We have very big plans, and of course, Yop Coin is factoring heavily into that. For those who don't know about Yop Coin, check the description, and I think the form will pretty well explain itself. Like I said, not trying to waste your time. I want to get to the reason that we're all actually here. And speaking of Yoppie News, it has just been such a pleasure to, have that stuff, just getting that stuff done, and getting it done quick. I really can't emphasize enough just how quick our editor Gaddy is. I mean, he's just so proficient at his job, and he cares a lot about it and has a lot of respect for the material, that he actually recently ended up asking if he could have a raise. And, I've been trying to see if I could kind of get him on the pizza roll policy, is what I call it, where, I pay in pizza rolls rather than in cash, because if you think about it, that makes more sense, because whereas money doesn't have any intrinsic value to it, much like Yop Coin, pizza rolls, on the other hand, have an immediate value to them, Like, that is food, that is sustenance that can keep you alive and well for a very long time. I would know it's basically all that I eat anymore, and they keep for a very long time. These things basically never go bad, so anyway, Gaddy wasn't having it. No, he does get paid in actual real funds, and eventually if we end up hiring on a staff, they might also prefer to be paid in, actual currency and all. Look, to each his own. Yeah, I'm not going to make a big deal out of it, and I didn't make a big deal out of it. I looked to Gaddy and I said, hey, okay, you want a raise? And I want some solid editing by a man I can trust. And, lo and behold, I'm getting what I want, so you should get what you want. Gaddy is a consummate professional, and, I trust him with his work. I mean, honestly, I haven't even been able to watch back the last few episodes. I haven't watched back an episode in a very long time, ever since Gaddy took things over, really, because, I trust him that much with the material. And, again, I've just been so busy kind of just getting all these details ironed out for, the rest of the year and whatever is to come. We're just kind of, again, firing on all cylinders and just prepping for any and all outcomes to this war. So, but why don't we stop waffling and just hop on into Yoppie News, see what's going on in the world today, and then I'll be back at the very end for a few final words. Yoppie News. Hello, Yop Tower, and welcome to an esteemed episode of Yoppie News. They're all esteemed, really, so, but, this one is going to be just as esteemed, if not more so. So basically, here's the thing. We did not have time to research stuff for this episode. Very busy life, a lot of stuff going on, and you cannot always expect to hear news on the news. It might sound oxymoronic, or just moronic, but that's just the way things are sometimes. We're gonna just talk about just something off the top of my head. All right, so what I'm holding here is a Chinese finger trap. You do not see these too often anymore. And why don't we just talk about these a little bit, because I feel like they do not get the attention they deserve. I hope you guys can see that. Probably not, since all this is blacked out, but trust me, Chinese finger trap. Basically, you put your finger in one side and then your other finger in the other side, and basically they are then locked into place. You cannot get them out of there as much as you may try. And I mean, kids love these things, right? I remember when I was a kid and I first tried one of these, I kind of panicked, because I was just like, oh gosh, my fingers are stuck in here forever. And then, obviously then an adult comes in and they're like, no, you push your fingers together and then you're able to get them out of the Chinese finger trap. Fun fact about the Chinese finger trap, it finger trap, it was probably made in China. I do not have the resources right now to check on that, but you would imagine if they're going to call it the Chinese finger trap, it would be made by the Chinese. So that is a fun invention on their part, enjoyable for all ages. I love this thing. Basically, like, it's just like one of those things that we all know and love, but maybe we have not given the proper respect to. And we here at the Yoppie Tower love to give respect when respect is due. So that is the news. Back to you, Yop. Back to you. And there you have it, everybody. There you have it. Some more Yoppie news free of charge, may I remind you, for now anyway. And, I'm not expecting people to, applaud it or anything, I mean, it is a service that I'm providing for free on the internet, and it's something that maybe in the future might require Yopcoin to watch or something. I'm not sure exactly. That's for a future time to think about and discuss, but it's a well-established property now. People love it. People are looking forward to it, and it has a very high pedigree. It's hard to find news that really touches on things that people care about in the here and now, and I just really appreciate what Yoppie News brings to the table. I think it really changes the conversation, or even in some cases makes new conversation. We get so bogged down in hearing the same old stuff over and over and over again. Yoppie News, on the other hand, it's the new blood in the industry. And if we keep touching on these hot news stories and keep following these leads and following our hearts, then I don't think we could possibly fail. So, as always, I appreciate the support. So does Gaddy. We'll be back next time with some more Yoppie news and podcast stuff as well, I suppose, once I have more stuff to talk about. But trust me, though, I'm working on a lot of stuff right now. There's going to be a deluge of information, and we're probably going to, it's going to be so much information, we're probably going to have to put it in Yoppie News, So it'll be kind of like a crossover between the Yoppie Dude podcast and Yoppie News. Up until now, it's kind of been like a handoff, like I start talking and then Yoppie News plays, but no. Someday in the future, there's going to be that big crossover event, Yoppie Dude meets Yoppie News, and what can I say, that's just something else to look forward to. So, don't mean to keep you champing at the bit or anything. It'll happen. Hold your horses. We'll get there. But anyways, thanks again, everybody, and we'll see you next time. Yop out.